Hey guys, this is Michael Street again, and I'm back. This is going to be the second episode. Today we're going to be talking about We're a Different magazine. It's a French publication. I just finished reading it. I have a minor headache, so I apologize if I'm a little bit off. I'm a little bit sluggish, but pretty much it's from the tagline. It says it's a magazine about urban fashion and culture. I had never heard of this magazine, but the front immediately interests me because it's basically a heart made of denim, and then all these other body parts that are like different materials that are not denim. I think there's lame in here. It's just a lot of different fabrics and stuff. I thought it was a really interesting cover. And then I opened it and I really liked the things that I saw inside. And so I'm not even sure where we're going to start, but it's really cool because it has I Take French, and it has like for every article there's like a column of French and then a column, a corresponding column, all of English. And so if you do know a little bit of French, you can read the French and then go and check the English. Or if you just want to read in French or English, you can do either one. But there's articles on a lot of different things. There's so much reading in this magazine. There was an article on Castel Bajac. I can't say. I'm horrible with names. Hopefully, as I keep going, these names will get better. But their interview style is not the same as the magazines that I like the most, but I really do still like their interviews. They ask very simplistic, short questions like, what is your ideal of eccentricity? Another question is, the new century seems to herald your revival. And so, it's very short, simple questions, but the responses that they provoke are long and, they're information filled. And so, they did talk to Jean Charles of Castel Bajac. I believe that's a place in Paris. I'm not positive, but I have heard of it before. Well, I've read it before, so I've never heard the actual name, but I have read it before. There's some amazing pieces by him in here, but I really wanted to talk about. That wasn't him. I did put some marks, but I didn't start doing it till a while into it. Oh, I did want to discuss. These are American teenage designers that they're twins, I believe. I'm so sorry. The Lego twins. I had heard of them before. Their name is Dee and Ricky, and they started making these Lego accessories, and they began putting them on their clothes. They started going to parties and stuff, and then all of a sudden, they met a friend of Marc Jacobs, and Marc Jacobs' friend showed Marc Jacob the pieces, and then Marc Jacob ended up coming out with these pieces for the conclusion of one of his shows, and then everyone went wild about them. Kanye West has been rocking these logos, and it said that he made the trend on a couple of blogs that I've seen, and so they are the designers. They pretty much started this. I've seen them on a couple blogs that I follow, like Hassan was one blog that I saw them on, and there's another H blog that I saw them on. But it's really interesting how they just went about doing it. It started off as just, they were playing and these are games, and then people started asking for them. A lot like most designers who never went to school for it start. It's just they're designing for themselves, and then people keep asking for it, and eventually you're just like, you know what? I can actually do this for a job. And so that's just what happened with them. So there's an article about them in here. There's also an article about apparently they do these club WADs, or this club thing where it's their own event, and they put it on and people come, and it's like an art. This is not only fashion, but it's also culture. So there's musicians and artists there, and so there's sometimes art showings. It's a really big event that it seems like. Their website, they have this interesting thing with their website. It's called Portes Ouvertes à Maison Clothes, but that doesn't really make sense because clothes is an English word and vêtements is the French words. But I think they meant it to be that way. But it says that it's their new internet platform, and so it has a lot of different things in there. You just have to really go and check it out for yourself. But there's like a dictionary in there, a brand dictionary, which tells you everything you need to know, apparently, about brands that they like. And then there's just a lot of different things in there that seem to be like that they would be of interest. Did not want to talk about. Oh, one of the specials that they did, which was an interview that I did want to briefly speak on. It was just really awkward to me the way this person sounded in the interview. His name is Oliviero Toscani, and he's just very bold about the things that he says as a fashion photographer. The first question is, what do you think of fashion? And he said, fashion itself is not very interesting. If I open a magazine, I wouldn't want my fiance to be like the girls I see inside. They are idiots. Fashion shows do not respect women, and it just goes on. And he says, fashion as in Vogue is neurotic, and Anna Wintour is probably her journal's own victim. And so he just says a lot of things that, I mean, I don't agree with, but I'm happy that he is deciding to say exactly what he feels. It's just, I don't really agree with it. There's some strong views in there. The next actual special is with Nicola Formichetti. Nicola has been getting a lot of press. A lot of press. I read stuff in him the last time I went and got magazines, and I just did the Tin Men magazine review yesterday, and he's in this one again. It does talk about, I had heard about these things before, but he apparently went and got a job with, he used to stalk Alexander McQueen. He got a job at a Vivienne Westwood store and stole things from him and got from the store and got caught. And then the store that I was trying to say yesterday was the Pineal Eye, and it's just a store. I really want to do a project like this. It's a store that really supports up-and-coming designers and people like that. So I'm trying to go fast because I don't have that much time. But another thing of interest that I found was Tony Ward. I'd seen pictures from this editorial. I think the name of the editorial is called Only the Two of Us or Just the Two of Us. But Tony Ward is notorious for being one of the male models who, Just the Two of Us is the name of the editorials, but he will go nude for just about anything, and I don't mean nude like a little bit nude. Tony Ward will go completely nude for just about anyone. I heard him call himself an anti-model. I'm not quite sure what that means, but he's also an artist, so it just does, he's in an editorial as well as there's an interview with him, which is very interesting. I read all of that. They do spotlights on up-and-coming designers, designer graduates. One of the ones that I fell in love with, just from the one picture that they provided, was Kevin Cramp. I decided to only pick one just because, you know, I didn't have that much time. I knew that I wouldn't. But he does knitwear, and his knitwear for men he's a male. He does knitwear. It's just kind of different. And I really love what I have read in the picture that I saw, and I'll be looking up some more stuff about him. They also did a special on Sao Paulo Fashion Week in Brazil. So there's pictures from that. There's also one, I believe, on Istanbul Fashion Week. Yeah, Istanbul Fashion Week. And so there's an interview with a designer that they had featured before. And the editorial that I really like is called Forever in Blue Jeans. I had already seen the one with Tony Ward, so I mean I like that one, but I'd already seen it. But Forever in Blue Jeans is the one that really sticks out to me the most. It's a denim editorial. I mean, I'll see if I can post it if that's possible. And another editorial that I liked is called Zoom, and it features the models, and everything is street urban wear. And the models are scaled down and they're climbing on the clothes, and so you have a real detailed shot of the clothes with the models in different clothes climbing, you know, through the clothes, which is more than likely done on a green screen. And so yeah, that was WAD. That was all the time that I have. I try to go through it as fast as possible, but still give you pertinent information. It's an amazing issue. I think they come back out in the summer. This was the March, April, and May issue, so I have to go. Ciao.